Best takeaway that you can take from what not to do. Difficult phases, there are a handful of jobs and there are a lot of people. Information that I had, or I wasn't even getting calls again. But that did not happen because same week that I gave the interview for this organization. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, my name is Akanksha and I make lifestyle videos. And in today's video, it's going to be a very special one wherein I'm going to share my journey of finding a suitable job in Canada. It's been 1.5 years that I have been in Canada, and in today's video I'm going to share the entire timeline of finding a job in Canada. Before we jump into the video, I just want to let you know that everybody here has different journey, different obstacles and different ways of finding success. In my previous vlogs also, I have shared couple of times that how I was not able to find the job in my domain, which is recruitment. Before we jump into the job finding thing in Canada, I just want to let you know a bit about my experience back home in India. I come from a recruitment domain and I have been working in corporate world for over 5 years. I've done end-to-end recruitment in IT and service industry in India, and my last working day in India was in July 2022, and it's almost after 1.5 years that I have resumed my career in Canada. Now that I have told you about my experience in India, let's start with the timeline and everything that happened while looking for a job. As I told you, we came to Canada in last week of July 2022 and we started looking out for a job in August 2022. Me and my husband, we both came as PR here, and he found a job for himself through LinkedIn within 15 days of landing in Canada. We have already made a vlog about it, so I will link it down just in case if you want to know more about what happened. However, in my case, it was totally different. I started looking out for jobs in August itself because in July last week we were busy with documentation and settling down in Canada. So technically I properly started looking out for job in, I guess, August mid, I want to say. And August is the time when almost everybody takes vacation because it is summer holidays for kids here and everybody is out and about. So I hardly got any calls in August, and in September, October I gave couple of interviews, and I've spoken already about that in the vlog. There was no chance that I was getting any jobs. I was demotivated, and before we knew it, it was December 2022. And as they say, when God tests you, he puts you through a lot of obstacles. That is what happened with me. I had a health issue which we did not have any slightest idea about, that it is going to get so severe in the coming months. So in December 2022, I had shingles, and I don't wish that upon anyone because it was so painful. I went through that. We had no idea about what shingles was, and I was hardly able to go from one place to another in my own home. And after I recovered from shingles, I immediately had hives and dermographism in 1 month's time. So it was hardly giving me any time to give interviews or apply anywhere. I just want to keep everything transparent and want to let you know that from December 2022 till, I want to say, July 2022, I was not applying for jobs aggressively. I was applying for jobs here and there, but I was not dedicating my whole time to it because I was going through this health issue which was taking a lot of my energy. Cut to April 2023, I got a note from one of the recruiters from one of the agencies wherein they were looking for some profile which was similar to mine, and I started giving round of interviews while going to the emergency at the same time in the same week of April 2023. So it was a bit crazy and chaotic, but in the end, in May 2023, I started working with them. So the emergency visit to the hospital vlog that you see on my channel is from the same week that I gave the interview for this organization. So where are we right now? We were in April. Yeah, I think we have reached May. Yeah, so I started working with them, I guess, in the second week of May, which went on till the second week of June. So it was almost a 1 month stint. It was core recruitment. I just said yes to them in a jiffy. So here is one lesson that I want to give you before I move forward. No matter how small the job is, if it is in your domain, just take it, because I'm going to tell you how it benefited me in the coming months. Like I said, I was there for a month and I did everything related to recruitment, and I made good rapport with the people there. I got to speak with the leadership. I made a couple of friends and connected with them on LinkedIn as well. So after doing this job in June of 2023, I made a video about of job market in Canada. I wrote everything down, all the points and everything in my mind and experience so that it could help some people. So if you want to check it out, it will be in the description below and you can have a look. So after doing this job for 1 month, I thought it is going to give me boost in terms of getting a lot more interviews, but that did not happen because again the same cycle started. I used to apply for jobs, I never used to hear from them, and whenever I followed up, they would either say hiring is freezed or I wasn't even getting calls again. And by July, August, I again thought to myself that nothing is going to happen. I will have to see for plan B or maybe look for something else to do because this wasn't happening in my favor. Like getting calls and failing in the interviews is one thing, but just not getting calls, this does make you feel like otherwise, right? You lose hope and you lose confidence and you ask yourself, why is it happening? Because let's just accept the fact that HR and recruitment is a bit of a niche and it is little difficult to find jobs because there are only handful of jobs in the market and there are a lot of people applying for that. But there was something that happened for me unknowingly in July of 2023 wherein I had already spoken about it in my video. Like I said, you can look up that video and see that I started tapping into different industries other than service and IT, which is what I did in India. When I started looking for these jobs, I used to go to their website and then apply for it. So I started targeting industries like healthcare, then education. I started seeing traction over there. All of my recruitment experience back in India was in IT and service, and I have never worked out of India. So I had no clue that there are proper industries here who have proper human resource department and everything happens just like service and IT industries in India. Because back in India, according to information that I had, experience that I had, people used to outsource HR. So I never knew that healthcare or education industries here have a proper HR department here. So that was a news for me. So when I came back from Montreal in July, I just wanted to switch up things and I think I completely stopped looking into corporate jobs at all from July onwards, and I started tapping into these industries. I would highly suggest you to Google all the industries that are available in Canada and have proper departments. Just apply over there and not just go to these platforms because let's just say there are a handful of jobs and there are a lot of people here and you will have to find a different way of applying for jobs. That is the reality. I didn't know if that was a right decision, but I just went with my gut, and like you know, it is difficult to survive in Canada on one person's job. My husband was the only one running the house. Times were tough, but we went through. We somehow crossed it. I'm not going to give you false hope and say that it was easy to survive in Canada in one job. There was literally nothing happening in my favor. So in order to clear my mind, I decided for myself that I will not apply to such jobs which are in these common industries and rather go for something niche. But to November 2023, finally I started hearing from these industries. I started giving interviews with them without any expectations of any reward because like I said, my experience in the past was not that great. I had reached the stage of salary negotiation and then nothing happened for me. So I started giving these interviews, went through police verification and everything had happened for me. My husband, he started congratulating me. I was still not letting it sink in because I was like, this is not gonna happen. Anyhow, towards the end of December, I heard from the department that I had cleared the interview. They took 2 references from me. One of the references was my ex-manager from the job that I did in summer 2023, and it worked out in my favor, and both of them were really fast in giving my recommendations, so much so that my police verification started happening in another 2 to 3 days, and I started working with them in next 15 days, and it still doesn't sink in. As I speak about it, it still feels unreal. I just want to let you know that it was one of the difficult phases of my life. I know this vlog is about jobs and everything, but with the struggle to find a job, my health went for a toss, and combined with this, it was a total chaos in our lives, and it was just my husband who held it together. Here we are. It's been a couple of months. I've been working. Every day seems like unreal. It's time to share with you what I do and how is it going, and I'm a little overwhelmed. And to share with all of you all, I work with the Government of Canada in education department. It's been wonderful experience so far. It's been a couple of months, and I feel grateful that after so many months and years of trying, I'm here, and I work in the business administration. As of now, it's not a core recruitment thing, but then I have a lot of tips to share with you which can help you finally land into the domain that you want to be in. And honestly telling, after working for almost 2 months over there, I am enjoying administration as much as I enjoy doing recruitment. I go to office for 5 days a week. It's been a different feeling because I haven't worked out of office since March 2020. Everybody went to work from home during the pandemic, and since then I worked from home for almost 2.5 years, and then I came here. So going to office after 4 years is a different feeling, but I really needed that because in 1.5 years of being in Canada, I was hardly in touch with what was happening outside. I was almost home. I used to go out occasionally. I wasn't working, and the 1 month stint that I did, that was also work from home. So I never got to know about the work culture and ethics and how people work in Canada. So it's a great experience so far. I want to say it is difficult to go to office for 5 days, but this is what I need as of now. This is what I really need to do because I had lost touch with myself and with people. So I'm very grateful for what I have in my kitty right now. And there is one thing that I want to tell you, that work-life balance in Canada is amazing. It is wonderful. After I'm done with my work, there is hardly any call or emails that come my way that would hamper my me time at home. It never happens, so I am really happy with that. However, I just want to let you know that I'm still juggling between the work-life balance from my own side because it is difficult to get up early in the morning because I was spoiled. I was getting up really late in the mornings, but now we have a routine and I'm happy that I'll be able to share those vlogs with you as well now. So keep your eye on the future vlogs. Before we end the video, I just want to share a couple of tips with you that I really hope will help you to get a job, and if not a job, at least it will let you know what not to do. First thing that I want to say is don't just apply for the job. Let's just say there are a lot of applicants for one single job, and reaching out to the recruiter and sending across a personal note about the summary of your job definitely adds on to our resume that you reached out, you made an extra effort. That is what I did when I applied for jobs in these different sectors. If not getting the job, I did get a personal reply from the recruiters sometimes, so it also helps you make rapport with them. And the next tip is the best takeaway that you can take from this video, and that is references. Imagine you have just come to Canada and you want to lease a house and you need a guarantor for that. When you have to lease a house and you need a guarantor for that, imagine what a reference can do for you in a job. I have seen from my personal experience, and whenever I speak to anybody in my circle, that references is the key here. If there are lots of people who are applying for the same job and there is one person who can refer their friend for a particular job, there are high chances that this person is going to be selected. And that is because people here work on trust basis, is what I want to say. They want to know the background of everybody, and what better than a person who has referred you. To put things into perspective, if I were you and I was applying for a job and my friend works there, I would request them to send across a referral link to me and I would apply from that rather than applying directly, because that decreases my chances of getting that job. So make sure that you get a reference and apply through them. Another tip that I want to share with you, which unfortunately I couldn't use but you can, is to apply for any job with the brand that you want to work with. And to give you a real-time example, I just want to let you know that there is one brand that I go to get a lot of my skincare, and there is this kind manager over there who offered me a job in the holidays and she wanted me to work in her skincare section. She also knew about my background, that I come from human resource, so she told me that whenever there is going to be internal job posting, either she is going to help me get an interview or she would refer me for that job, which is going to help me because I was already the employee of that organization. Unfortunately, I had to decline that because with the health crisis, whatever I hardly had any stamina to stand for 4 to 5 hours also. I know, which is very doable right now, but At that point, it was very difficult for me to do anything that had to do with standing for long hours. So that is what I couldn't do. But I would highly suggest you, if you get offers like this, which is like for part-time, or let's just say it is for a couple of days in a week, please take it up. It might help you land a job of your dreams, or you can also show it as Canadian experience in your CV. So that is also a win-win. And the next thing that I'm going to talk about can be controversial, but this is what I think. Sometimes the jobs that you see on job boards or these platforms are just placeholders, because it happened with me not just one time or two times. It happened a lot of times with me in 2022 and 2023, that whenever I used to reach out to recruiters just after they have posted the job, they used to say that the hiring is frozen, and at the same time the job would say that it was just posted 2 to 3 hours ago. Trust me, I've been there, done that, listened to all of that, and that is when I refined my search and reached out to other people in different industries and see if I could get a job there. I also got to know that libraries here collaborate with different NGOs, wherein they also help the immigrants get settled in Canada, or also help them with career events that are happening all over Toronto. So I would highly suggest you to pay a visit to your nearest library and see those pamphlets, because there are a lot of career events, career fairs that keep happening. If you can land job from there, what better can happen, right? Next thing that I want to tell you is just get that job, even if it is part-time, full-time, permanent, temporary, contract, whatever it is, because a good recommendation from the ex-manager can expedite process for you in the next job that you're going to get. So get that job and don't doubt yourself, and just take it up and do your best, make repo, because recommendations, like I said, works the best here. And that brings us to the end of this video. So to those of you who are navigating their career path here in Canada after immigrating here, I just want to leave you with this: keep pushing forward, keep yourself open to different industries, and believe me when I say this, everybody here has a different journey of their own. You are going to have a different journey. I have my own, my husband has his own, and all of my friends have different things to say. And if I were you, I would learn from each one of them and just find my way out. You never know which suggestion clicks you with another opportunity that comes your way. And I know it sounds so vague to say, but things happen when you least expect them. At least that is what happened in my case. So this is it, guys. Going forward, I'm going to share vlogs which will show you my work-life balance, if I'm able to do that. So stay tuned for that. Having to sit at home for 1.5 years and going through all of that stuff, I think this job comes as a fresh breeze for me. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope you're also excited to see the upcoming vlogs. So stay tuned, like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next vlog. Till then, take care and bye-bye.